Hello, my name is Hae-Sung Kim, advisor of Gangnam Labor Law Firm. Today with Labor Attorney Jung Bong-soo, we will cover the concept and the details about the severance pay. We have covered some in cases about the calculation of the severance pay, but today we will focus on the severance pay itself. So could you explain the concept of the severance pay and related law, please?
Okay, hello, how are you today? This is Bong-soo Jung, Korean labor attorney. The severance pay is a very particular or very different system that we have compared to the other countries. I think severance pay is only the system Korean labor law has. So many foreign companies and HR managers ask this question. What is severance pay? How much they have to pay? Then what if a company didn't pay? So then I try to explain the severance pay is a type of wage the company should pay when employee resign after serving at least 1 year. This is a legal requirement. Actually, this severance pay was originated from Korean some history, like our national pension was introduced in 1988. At that time, before the 1988, there are no way the employee can get some security like after their retirement. So because Korean government was so poor that they could not support the national pension system, so instead they forced the employer or company to adopt a type of some retirement pension. But I think the government gradually introduced the severance pay system. So when it was introduced in 1960s, at the time only the company with more than 30 workers were eligible for paying severance pay, but gradually it was extended. The company with 10 workers and company with 5 workers. Then in 2010, government expanded the scope. The scope of application for severance pay. Then any employee that hired at least one employee should pay severance pay to their employee who has served at least 1 year. So now I think the severance pay is part of wage, so they cannot avoid paying. Also, they must consider this payment as part of their wage. So how much they have to pay is each service year they have to pay 30 days average wage for each service year. That means they worked for the company 10 years, then they are entitled to 10 months additional salary as the name of the severance pay. Then what are exemption from payment severance pay? Those employee who has not completed 1 year, they are excluded for this payment. Also, those employees who worked less than 15 hours per week, they are not eligible for this severance pay allowance or severance pay. Yeah. So here also we have to know that when employee resigned after serving 1 year, then company should pay 30 days average wage for each service year. That means when employees served more than a year, maybe for 2 years, then they have to pay 2 months additional salary. Then average wage here, they pay daily 30 days average wage for each service year. Then what is average wage? Average wage means the amount calculated by dividing total number of total amount of salary they received for last 3 months and divided by total number of the calendar days for last 30 months period, then usually 30 months salary divided by total number of the calendar days for 3 months, then usually 89 days to 92 days. Then employee, the employee can get 1 day's average wage, then this average wage, 1 day's average wage times 30 days, then it can be 1 month. It is severance pay, but this amount should be calculated based on each service year. Yeah. So also, to protect average wage. So when average wage become lower than ordinary wage, then ordinary wage is regarded as average wage. It is to protect the severance pay. So average wage is the actual amount they received. So then employee has been absent due to their illness, then the amount they received is should be small. In that case, ordinary wage replaced when average wage is lower than the ordinary wage. So ordinary means employee is supposed to pay for their each month for their total work or contract working hours. So that amount should be used for calculation of the average wage. Yeah.
I see. Yeah, as you have explained, under the Employees Retirement Pay Security Act and the Labor Standard Act, is compulsory for the employer to pay the severance pay. But in most cases, like foreign companies are not familiar with the severance pay, and they are inquiring whether it's obligation or discretionary for the company. And also in case the company did not pay the severance pay, they should pay a lump sum at the end of the day. So it's quite important to know exactly about the severance pay. Do you agree?
I'm sorry.
So sometimes because when the employer are not very well aware of the paying the severance pay, they have to pay lump sum because this is compulsory for the employer. So it's very important to know exactly about the severance pay for the foreign company.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's part of wage. They should pay at any situation. So this you have to consider Korean severance pay is part of the wage, so they cannot avoid paying. So also when employee resigned or the employment contract is terminated, then the employee should pay within 2 weeks the amount of some calculated amount for severance pay. So there are some exceptions for this payment. Like payment usually is they should pay when employee resigned, like the employment contract is terminated. However, some exception is interim severance pay. So by law, it is regarded, it is accepted that the employer pay certain amount of money each month or each service year. So as the name of interim severance pay, then when employee apply for interim severance pay before they resign, before the employment contract is terminated, then when employer accept it, then it is regarded as interim severance pay. However, to protect those severance pay, it is only 7 cases are allowed to accept interim severance pay. So first one is when employee will become sick and has to stay in the hospital for 6 months period. Also, when employee decide to buy new the house, then it costs a lot. In that case, they submitted some real estate the contract, then it can be a reason for payment. Also, when employee need key money for renting apartment, then it is also accepted. Also the other one is when employee become bankrupt, they need urgent money, then it is also allowed to pay with interim severance pay. Yeah.
I see. I think because we have to, the employer has to consider the average wage and unpaid leave and bonus amount in order to calculate the severance pay. I think it's important how they can prepare for the severance pay for the employee. So I hope that those employers who are not aware of the severance payment, they should consult with specialists like Gangnam Labor Law Firm. Do you agree?
Yeah, thank you very much for your promoting us. Yeah, of course, it's very severance pay is simple, but it's not so simple when we deal with many different cases. So when you have any problem or when you want to know more, please contact us, this labor attorneys, then we'll support you in your own suit. Yeah, so then you can prevent any possible labor issue in advance.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you for watching. Bye bye.